Guys, at this point, there's only one thing left to do. Boycott Medellin. You are not safe in Medellin.
So let me get this straight. Back in April 26 of 2026, you had the dissidents of the FARC, which is the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia. They went into Bello, Antioquia, which is north of Medellin. They let an explosive go off to attack the power grid, and they left a huge banner saying, hey, the dissidents of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia were here, and this is the 36th block, the medium block, and we did this. You didn't say it was dangerous back then? So you're telling me when there was a car bomb that went off of last year in the city of Cali, killing about, I don't know, 6 people in front of a battalion, you didn't say it was dangerous back then? When you had the ELN blowing up entire bridges, like the one between Barranca Bermeja and Bucaramanga, just like you see behind me here, you didn't say that this was dangerous back then? You know what happened in the last 24 hours when I woke up this morning? There were 11 fucking attacks in the entire in the country. 2 bombs went off in my maternal town where I come from, okay? 2 bombs went off in the city of Cali, my paternal side where I come from. You understand that? There were more bombs in the Cauca province, which is south of where I come from, south of Valle del Cauca. 13 people had died. You see a huge crater in the floor. You see debris everywhere and people walking around with blood all over them. You're seeing people in Nariño who also got attacked. And you want to sit here like a Karen and complain, saying that you want to see the manager because you're not being taken care of. Otherwise, you're going to take your money elsewhere. Do you want to know why there was a bombing? You see this person right behind me? You see this person right behind me too? This is his girlfriend. And you know what happened to his girlfriend? There was a carpet bombing by the Colombian government. And guess who got deleted? The woman got deleted. And there has been 31 attacks, okay, by the commander of the dissidents of the FARC. Where are you guys? I would like to see you say something. Say something. He ordered 31 attacks. Mordisco habría ordenado 31. I don't see nobody talking about that. All I hear you guys complaining, they're not letting us touch the women, even though it's legal. Come on, let's even put this up, because I shouldn't be putting this up. But I'm pissed. I am pissed. I have had family members that have been deleted. You understand this? I have had family members that have been deleted. I have had friends that have been deleted. I have acquaintances that have been deleted. And you want to sit here in a nice, cushy side of Medellin, complaining like a little Karen in a house that you probably bought with the American dollars or you're paying with the American dollars, still working and making money in American dollars and not paying it to local taxes, when you're in a city that is so safe that you can walk outside and not see a guerrilla soldier or a right-wing paramilitary soldier who was created to fight the left-wing guerrilla soldier? A city that is so safe that you don't want to have to walk over fucking landmines, because we got more landmines literally than Vietnam, where you're not seeing helicopters being taken down, where you're not seeing people being kidnapped?
Quiero que muestren eso atrás y quiero que todas las cámaras vean lo que está pasando ahí. Otro ataque terrorista en Cali, 8 ataques terroristas. Llevo 2 años pidiéndole al gobierno nacional que priorice la seguridad del sur del Valle del Cauca y el norte del Cauca. Llamados que han sido atendidos medianamente. Y el resultado es el 8º ataque terrorista en Cali. Gracias a Dios no hubo víctimas. Pero les quiero recordar que si bien esta bomba estalla aquí hoy, en Jamundí, aquí al lado, victimizado completamente.
And you want to sit here like a little Karen, telling us that you demand that more protection be towards you, when you're getting more fucking protection than the local Colombian, when you don't have to go through what we're going through, when you haven't had family members kidnapped like I have. That is a mighty colonialist arrogance you got there. Because I'm not understanding this. You live in one of the safest conservative cities in all of Colombia, not dealing with terrorists like my family has, or like my friends have, or like my people have. And you guys are being treated better than the local Colombian. Okay, so let's start from the beginning.
Another tourist found laying face down in the bed, dead, after he'd been drugged, robbed by locals again.
Sir, I'm very sorry that your community is going through this, okay? I'm being very sincere. I'm not trying to poke fun of you. I'm not trying to make any excuses, okay? No one should be unalived for whatever reason, you know? Yes, maybe us Colombians, and not just Colombians, but Latinos in general, we have something called tough love when it comes to people getting into trouble. But no one should have to lose their life because this is someone's son, this is someone's boyfriend. Some of these people are married, someone's father, someone's brother, and this is someone meaningful. I'm very sorry to hear that, but you need to understand that this also happens to us regular Colombians. We get unalived, we get drugged, we get disappeared, and everything else. And I've been screaming towards the stars for many years, decades, about our civil war and how many people have disappeared, how many children have been forced to become soldiers, how many women have become as slaves.
Yesterday, a tourist was just found. Every single day, someone goes missing. The government is doing nothing about it. People are being unalived.
Well, welcome to the Colombian experience. You know, us Colombians have been requesting the national government for increased security, not for gringo, not to protect gringo dollars, not to protect you guys, but for us, okay? We have been, for many decades, upon generations, we've been asking the government for more increased security. Okay, and you are being treated way better than the local Colombian. You get access to a lot more things. I seen you guys talk back to the cops. If a Colombian, regular Colombian, talks back to the cops, bro, sometimes you may not even make it home. All right, in one piece. I seen what happens to people who talk back to the cops. All right, especially the casco negros, the black helmets. All right, in Cartagena, where they chased 20 of us up a hill because one decided to be mouthy. All right, and we almost all of us got taken care of with stick therapy. So you are sitting here like a Karen, all right, asking for better treatment and better protection when you have the highest, the best treatment out of all of Colombia, I should say, debatedly. All right, unless you're one of the top 1%, the richest people who live in mansions, you guys are treated way better than us. And you want to sit here and you want to complain about it? Walk a mile through in our shoes. I would love to take you like they did in Tropic Thunder, paint your skin, put contacts on you, and see how they treat you. Because I had a friend of mine's, okay, who got mouthy with the cops, and this was like a few decades ago. You know what happened to him? They put him on the truck and they shipped him out. Okay, you want to go straight to the military, but I'm American because he was born in the United States. But because his parents were Colombian, they didn't care. All right, they made him serve his 2 years. Was it 2 years? Because at that time they had obligatory conscription. You get away with so much. You don't come to Colombia with your Karen attitude. I'm so sorry, but you are treated way better than us.
It's like the criminal gangs here, men and women that are working together, are running this city.
You really, really don't know, do you? You really, really don't know, do you? Listen, you're a very learned man. For you, as such person who's so smart and learned, because I've seen you defend Colombia before, how could you not know? How could you not know? Listen, don't take this as an offense, but I want you to open up Google and I want you to type in the civil conflict or the civil war. So you can read up between what's going on between 1964 up till now. All right. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name anything, but you really do not know who's in charge. You really do not know.
Guys, at this point, there's only one thing left to do: boycott Medellin.
Sorry to stop you again, but there's a lot of wrong with what you said. Number one, trying to boycott Medellin is like trying to boycott Afghanistan to put pressure on the Taliban government. It's not going to change anything. All right. Let me tell you a lot of different things that is wrong with what you said. Number one, I'm not from Medellin. Okay. I'm not a paisa. I am Valle Caucano from the Cauca Valley, also known as a Bajuno. I come from a town that you passport bros and most tourists will never visit. For me to even see a foreigner, it has to be 7 to 10 years. For me to see a gringo, it has to be 7 to 10 years. And I can guarantee you that many of the small towns close by, okay, many of the municipalities have never seen a gringo. So if all of the passport bros, sex tourists, were to disappear the next day, it will not affect the local economy at all. If all of the passport bros came tenfold, okay, if they came tenfold, like by the buckets and hundreds of them, with a lot of money, it's not going to change the local economy. Whether you're there or you're not there, it's not going to affect the local economy of my people, of my family, okay? Especially in the municipalities where I can guarantee you they have never seen a gringo. And because as you can tell, because I speak good English, that I don't have to bow down to your American dollar. So I can tell here that you are full of crap. Because I sat down and I done the research. About 6.4 million to 6.5 million of foreign tourists came to Colombia last year. I seen groups of Chinese and Koreans in the Cocora Valley. All right. I have seen Canadians and I have seen French people in Ibagué during the festival of music. All right. The festival of music when they throw all those colors on top of each other. I have seen Scandinavians. I have seen all sorts of people, world travelers in Santa Marta. I have seen them in the Guajira province. I have seen Canadians in the Guajira province, which I'm sure you don't even know where it's at. Okay. I have seen Germans in Boyacá, of all places, where they grow nothing but potatoes. Passport bros and sex tourists, because not all passport bros have sex tourists. For you passport bros out there typing, oh no sex tourists. A lot of you guys are okay. For they have they're a small minority. They're a small minority, and if you guys disappeared, you guys will not impact tourism in general. Okay, you will not. You guys need to get off that high horse. And I actually saw a Brazilian. Actually, right here, Katia, okay? She was talking about the same thing. You guys think that by threatening us, that you're not going to go come and do your tourism, that's going to affect us, okay? Even in Brazil, they're going through the exact same thing, doing the exact same complaint.
I just wanted to come on here and really clarify and hit this message home, right? There is this misconception that Brazil's number one, especially Rio de Janeiro, number one way that they make money is travel and tourism. It is not. It's one of the ways that they make money, but the number one main thing that Rio de Janeiro makes money is not travel and tourism. Talking with the Brazilians yesterday, and they were really, this thing that the gringos are giving, saying that they're and Brazilians are so content and so happy that they are all in their country, is not accurate. It's very mixed reactions, and a lot of them don't think it's really helping the country overall, because again, a lot of these gringos are just using cities like Rio, Sao Paulo, spring break on asset, basically. They're not there to partake in the culture. They just want to party, and for them, it's like Coachella Part 18. So it's just a lot of very, very much misconception and misinformation. Still a Brazilian. I still am very locked in to my country. I talk to my family every day because, Brazilians, we love voice notes and we love WhatsApp. So we in the group chat every single day. It's very, very cringy. And again, I thought the Americans were interesting, but the Canadians and Australians said, hold my beer. Y'all are making the Europeans look like a walk in the park. And there's something to be done. And again, someone said that Brazil is starting to look at a lot of these gringos who are coming, overstaying their welcome, just doing all kinds of insane stuff, and about tightening the border, which they have to do, because unfortunately, a lot of you are not being good guests. And that's sad.
And she told you guys need to get off your high horse, because we don't make most of our money doing tourism. And even if you guys were to disappear, you will not affect the tourism that much. Maybe more to Medellin, but where I come from, you guys do not affect us. Okay, so once again, if you were to show up by 100-fold, you will not affect the local economy, because those American dollars that you guys take to Medellin, we do not see that. We do not see it in Valle del Cauca. We do not see it in Cali. We do not see it in Palmira. We don't see it in Restrepo. We don't see it in Tuluá. We don't see it in Buenaventura. Okay, definitely not Popayan. Definitely not Popayan. Okay, I haven't seen you guys down there. So you need to get off of that. You need to stop that. By you not coming there, acting like a Karen. Well, if you're not gonna give me service, then I'm not gonna take my dollar somewhere. Go. Okay, because we're sick and tired. We're sick and tired of the misbehaviors you guys are doing.
You are not safe in Medellin. Some of the locals will jump for joy when they hear that. You know who won't? The government won't. The people that are profiting off this, that have a lot of power, won't be happy. Hell, the criminals won't be happy.
Again, you really have no idea, do you? You really have no idea. You've been watching too much TV. You're sitting here on top of the hill of what is known as Colombian society, getting the best treatment that our society can offer you, better than all of us. And you want to sit here and saying that the criminals won't be happy? Listen, you've been watching too much TV. You've been watching too much TV. You've been watching too much, Netflix or everything else. The power structure how you have in Colombia is not like other countries. It's not like Mexico. It's not like Peru or anybody else. It's not like Brazil. But there's a different power structure going on in Colombia, and you do not know what you're talking about. You really have no idea what you're talking about. Many of us English-speaking Colombians have been dropping hints because we cannot say directly, all right? And I have been warned many times, don't do it anymore, and I'm not doing this anymore, all right? Because I stuck on my neck too many times, all right? Do the research, open up Google, get a book, Read about the civil conflict, see about what's going on, because you do not know what you're talking about. You want to sit here and act like Action Johnny right here, like the one savior from the United States that's coming in to save us people, to save our local economy. It doesn't go that way. It doesn't go that way. How many people like you have come and gone? How many people like you have come and gone in Colombian society? How long has this civil war been going on? How many people have voiced their opinions? You really don't know. You really don't know. I'm surprised. And I saw that you were talking somewhere else on, I think it was Ulysses S. Traveler. I came across the channel by mistake where he was interviewing a live, and he said, "Well, what are they going to do? They're going to send me back to my Mercedes Benz and my big old house." Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, that's the best case scenario. The best case scenario, they send you back. All right, but you're not going to change anything. Whether they send you back or they don't, you're not changing anything. You're not changing anything. All right? It's not going to change anything at all. You think you're doing something. And I think you said that your girlfriend or your wife or somebody told you to be very careful what you're saying. I'm telling you, be very careful what you're saying, because you have absolutely no idea. You have absolutely no idea what's going on in Colombia. We have been going through so much. We have such a huge internal conflict. You're not even a grain of sand in the entire thing that's going on. I mean, look at what happened in my area. All right. And I'm going to say this again. The bombing that happened in my town, it was close by where a friend of mine used to live. All right. And my family is there. Right. We got to face this kind of nonsense. But no, you got to sit there and you're pushing Medellin.
They won't have anyone to kill anymore, right? But at this point, take your money somewhere else where you are actually safe. You are not safe in Medellin. Props to Unseen Medellin for trying to keep people safe. Guys, take your money somewhere else, man. There's plenty of beautiful, amazing places in Latin America. Medellin is not a place that is safe right now. This city will not protect you.
Tell that to the people in Cauca. You see this behind me? He's making a joke when he has to cross a bridge. If he doesn't know if he's gonna be kidnapped or if he has to pay extortion. And these kids are diablitos, which means little devils, which is a tradition in Southwest Colombia. That before Christmas comes up, these little devils, people dress up as little devils, usually kids. You give them like 200, 300, 400, 500, and they'll disappear. When Christmas comes, Jesus comes, and the bishops comes, Jesus will chase away the devils. That's basically it. Okay? Can I make a suggestion to you? Go to Boyacá. The province of Boyacá, su merced. That's how they talk. Su merced, thy mercy. They have a different accent, a different way of speaking. Okay? Cundinamarca, Boyacá. Look at this. These are very nice, safe towns and areas. You see these women? Oh my gosh, these are nice traditional women. For all the passport bros who say, I go there looking for traditional women. That's a traditional woman. Look at that. You see people in ruanas, which you call a poncho, right? You see, look at this woman. Look how nice and traditional they are. Okay? You want somebody to help you cook and clean, but you need to be a traditional guy. You need to help cook and clean. Look at all the streets. The most exciting things that happen in Boyacá, growing potatoes in a festival and dancing carranga. Look at this person dancing carranga. Isn't this nice? How many people you see in the streets, right, that is going to rob you in these small towns? No, you want to stay in the worst parts areas of Medellin. Listen, just because something is legally acceptable, it doesn't mean that it's morally acceptable. And certain things that are not morally acceptable tend to attract the wrong things to society.
If you don't want passport bros here, right, change the laws. Change the laws. It's very simple. You made prostitution legal.
I absolutely love this question. So you want to know why? This is the number one question that Passport Bros ask me every other day, and I respond to them, because this is the best you can do to deflect from your natures. I'm not talking about you personally, but I'm talking about them. Okay, you want to know why it's legal? It is legal in the same way that Germany and the Netherlands have made it legal for their protection. And when I'm talking about their protection, I am not talking about just women. I'm talking about transgenders as well and men as well. Okay? Because if you hit them and decide not to pay, you're going to jail.
Baby, no. No. That's my cell phone. That's my cell phone.
Tócame. losing his mind.
If you belittle them, you're going to jail. Okay, this is not for your benefit as the PP boys. Okay, this is for their protection and their benefit. This is for the protection of the worker. And just because something is legally acceptable does not mean that it is morally acceptable. And okay, because we believe that people have rights to be protected, because a lot of abuses go on. Once again, if you do not pay them, you will go to jail. If you hit them, they will go to jail. If you try to swindle them and pay less than what you originally was agreed upon, you will go to jail. You understand? This is a human rights protection. This is not for your benefit. And I say this once and once again. I have many videos upon this. And if you don't like it how it is in Colombia, go to Germany. Go to the Netherlands. In fact, I think the Netherlands and Germany have a better platform. They have a better model in terms of protection to workers, because at least it's not as regulated in Colombia. Okay? So yeah, go to Germany. Go knock yourself out. Go to Las Vegas. Go knock yourself out.
You have all of these women going out there, right, to offer themselves and their services, right? So that is why guys come here. And that is the next thing I want to touch on, because
so you're telling me when that one guy named John Polos stuffed that girl into a suitcase after he deleted her, you thought she was one of them? She was a street worker. The same guy with the Canadian guy that stuffed the girl into the suitcase was she a street worker? All right. When those guys were beating up on that woman in Cartagena because they couldn't put $25 together each one, based upon what they had agreed upon, and they kicked her out and almost threw her down the stairs. And the people of the city were ready to basically get them stick therapy. All right. You didn't think it was, what about the time when the people were having intercourse on a balcony in the streets of Cartagena with little kids walking by? And that happened like 3 times already. And the people were ready to rebel against them. And they had to put them out. And the guys had to pay the money to the cops to bribe them so they can escape. All right. How many times do you guys get away with nonsense? The problem is not prostitution. And this is my big problem that I have with you, because you're full of crap. Okay. I'm to be honest with you. You're full of crap. All right. The problem is not prostitution. It is your misbehavior. And if you do not know how to behave, then you're getting out or you're going to jail. Just like anybody who comes to the United States. It's perfectly legal in the United States, in Nevada. But if a man goes to Nevada and he deletes a woman, whether she's a street worker or not, he's going to go to prison. A straw man fallacy, where you're trying to change our argument to a point that we're not talking about. Nobody's talking about the prostitution. We are mad at the misbehaviors. Okay? The disrespectful behavior in public, hitting women, disrespecting women, touching little kids. No, and you know that.
now we have had local tour guides talking about, hey, you know what? We don't want the passport bros here. They bring a bad image on us, this, that, and the other. I want to be very clear about something. I love the city of Medellin. I've lived here for pretty long time, right? It is not a tourist city. This is not the place people go on vacation to.
False. I know plenty of people that go on vacation with their families to Medellin. The thing is that you only hang around the bad part of society. I know plenty of people and families that go to Medellin, not just Colombians, but people from other countries as well. Peru, Ecuador, Mexico. No, don't give me that. I have seen plenty of people. I know plenty of Colombians that go to Medellin for vacation, and they don't go to the specific area, okay? If you hang around the worst parts of society, bad things are going to happen to you. Imagine like me going to LA, but then going to only hang around the worst parts of the city just because I like the clubs there. Come on. I mean, Medellin is more than Parquilleras. Colombia is more than just Medellin. And you don't have women going around everywhere. Bro, go to Tuluá, go to Restrepo, go to Cartago, okay? Go to Zarzal, all right? I have been all over Risaralda. You don't see buttloads of women everywhere. No, it's just concentrated in the area. And because you hang around the concentrated area, you're getting the worst that's coming to you. Do not go there. Colombia is more than that. And for you to tell me that Medellin is not a place for vacationing, I have been there many times. I have been there many times and have done lots of fun things that have absolutely nothing to do with the bad side of society. But you guys chase that. I don't understand.
So I'm trying to understand. You got robbed and you were drugged in Colombia. People, I don't understand.
Like, everybody keeps talking about this. I keep seeing videos on social media popping up about this. And, you know, I feel it puts a negative impact on the country and on those cities. They mention cities like Medellin, Cartagena, Barranquilla. That's where I'm originally from. And I tell you, after being in Colombia over 30 some years, partying my whole life and hanging out and having a blast and seeing family, I go everywhere. And I don't understand why I see kids at the club over here popping bottles, showing hundreds. Over what? Nobody cares. You think you impressing somebody over there like that? All those girls over there are beautiful. But you know what? You don't gotta be popping these hundreds, bro. Whatever happened to the rule book? Let me cover my drink. You know what I'm saying? These girls are trying to throw that powder in your face and F you up. Nah, you messing it up for yourself. Don't be stupid, man. Wake up, man. I don't understand a whole lot. Leave me in the comments and please explain what the hell is going on with people traveling out there.
I don't understand either. I really do not understand. You heard what Wilmer said. Wilmer's Barranquillero. The dude's a costeño, bro. The dude's a costeño. He's been everywhere. Going there 35 years. Nothing happened to him. I grew up in Colombia, born in Colombia, and I've been traveling back and forth. Nothing ever happened to me. I've been in a lot of places. My ex-girlfriend is costeña. 5 years, almost married with her. I know Cartagena inside and out. I know the towns around there inside and out. Okay, and for a person who is not costeño to be with a costeña, that could be very dangerous for me. You understand that, right? Like a person from the interior can't just walk around with a costeña, because who the heck did this guy think he is? This cachaco. And even though the real cachacos are the people from Bogota, and I was still nothing happened to me. When I was dating my girlfriend in Pereira, you know what I did? I drove all the way. No, actually, I drove all the way from freaking Cali through Pereira, and I hung out in Dos Quebradas, which is across from Pereira, which is even more rough. Okay, and then I had to drive all the way to El Peñón, the big rock, and guess what? The bridge had fallen out at that time, so I had to go through the old roads, and I've been through some sketchy areas and some small towns. I've been on many parts of Colombia, in the coast, and also in the interior, and nothing happened to me. I don't understand. Hanging out with people. I went to Manizales by myself, bro. I went to Manizales by myself. My family didn't want me to go by myself. And guess what? I hung out in the clubs. I hung out with different people. Nothing ever happened to me. You want to know why? Because I don't put myself in the situation, so I don't understand. So for you to sit here with your little white privilege, because I'm going to be quite honest with you, you're an American with privilege because you guys have so much power to do whatever you want in Colombia and in Medellin. You get away with so much. And you're sitting here complaining that they're not taking care enough of you when they're taking care of you more than all of us. That's the part that I don't understand. You need to take your Karen attitude and go back where you came from. If you don't like that, go to Germany. It's legal there. Go to Netherlands. Legal there and much safer.
It is a metropolitan city. It's a great city, right? Despite some of these problems that it has, it is not a tourist city. If you take away the nightlife, your tourism will tank. For some of you guys, you don't care.
100% false. You want to know why? 100% false. You want to know why? I just looked up things to do in Medellin. I show 100 things, especially for families. Parque Arby, Parque Explore, and to do all this type of things. Do you know what bambuco is? Do you know the type of music? It used to be the traditional music of Colombia. That's very popular in Paisa regions, okay? You go to Pueblito Paisa. I go to the different restaurants. I go to Envigado. I go to Itagüí. I go to my friends' houses. I have like dinners there. And we do discussions about what their food versus our Colombian food. Okay, where I come from. I go town hopping. I go to the parks. I mean, do you want a list? I'm very petty. I will give you a list of 100 things to do as a family with kids in Spanish. And just to let you know, Provenza and whatchamacallit, Parquilleras is not the only nightlife you got there. Come on, what are you trying to kid?
The hotels, Airbnbs, nice restaurants, clubs, the tour guides, the people that benefit from this will go from making a good living to absolutely crucial that they find a new way to make money, because you know what? Your families in the United States are not coming here. They're not bringing kids. Hell,
you are so full of crap, bro. You are so full. I know entire families. My friend and her entire Peruvian and Brazilian family went over there. I had the best time with little kids. When I went to the Cocora Valley, I saw entire families going there. There's lots of things to do other than parquilleras. Come on, quit lying. Quit lying to yourself. If all of the sex tourists were to disappear, which I'm sure they're not, because it's not going to stop, because you guys are too desperate and you're still going to keep on coming. It's not going to change. But I can guarantee you that if they want to stop, they will find another way to make money. And believe it or not, sex tours are a very small percentage when it comes to regular tourism. I have seen people in Mocoa. I have seen entire families going to Mocoa. Do you know where that is? Okay, that is in the Putumayo region. That is a department next to the border with Ecuador, where you have a lot of guerrilla. And guess what? Guess what? I have seen entire families going there to look at the animals, to look at the monkeys, to look at the indigenous people. You have this waterfall called the end of the world. I seen people go to Leticia, which is the tri-border with Peru and Brazil, which is a town that you step on one side, you're in Brazil, step on one side, you're in Peru. And they speak many different languages there.
My own family will not come here because of the stigma that Medellin carries with it, and then Colombia in general carries with it, right? Those are facts. The people that come here to visit are digital nomads, right? And the passport bros.
Paradise on earth.
La Ciudad Perdida is an ancient civilization buried deep in Colombia's Sierra Nevada National Park.
This is day one of Colombia's Lost City trek. Our day began bright and early in Santa Marta, where we packed into a van and had to drive for a few hours to get to the starting point.
Welcome to Barichara! I've heard so much about this town. Our house is this way. It's dinner time. Million bucks view. Right there.
This is one of the best things I did while traveling in Colombia, and honestly, I don't see that many people talking about it. I spent 4 days exploring Colombia's La Guajira desert, sleeping in a hammock on beaches, visiting incredible viewpoints, sandboarding.
Meet Dominic Colombia. Dominic Colombia is German, the most beloved German and foreigner who just became a Colombian citizen. Millions of followers from Colombia follow him on his digital media. You want to know why? Because he does everything in Spanish. He came to Bucaramanga. He went to school here. He married here. He has a travel agency here. He brought his whole German family here. He has been to everywhere in Colombia. He's been in Colombia more than I have. He has been in Ipiales, which is by the border with Ecuador. He went to the sanctuary of Las Lajas where the Virgin Mary appeared. He's been in La Guajira province. He's been in the Paramos. He's even been in San Andres. He's been in the Amazon. He's been in the river of the Seven Colors. He has been in Leticia. He has been in Nariño celebrating the carnivals of the blacks and the whites. He has been literally in every corner, and he just recently became a Colombian citizen, and he has like 4 million followers on one of his accounts and millions of followers on accounts, all Colombian. And he brings Colombia to the light to show what it really is. And you want to sit here and tell me, oh, people don't come to Colombia, just the passport bros and the digital nomads? You're full of it. You really should be ashamed of yourself.
That is what this city attracts and has to offer for digital nomads, right? Hey, this is a good place to live. Great weather, right? I love the views, the mountain, like the people here are amazing, right? We are coming looking for one thing, and it does offer that. For the passport bros, it's the nightlife, the party, the things of that nature. For just regular tourism, people that are going on vacations, this city does not have a lot to offer in terms of tourism. And that is why the city has a real problem on its hands right now.
Yeah, once again, with your colonialist arrogance. Okay, let me tell you something that you don't know because you don't understand this. Okay, there's plenty of things to do. Okay, but you have to understand that Medellin is primarily an agrarian society. For the best way to compare this for the people in the United States, all right, they're country people. The word paisa is a country person who lives in the coffee region. Compare it to the people from Texas. Compare it to the people of South Carolina or Virginia. Okay, and there's different types of paisas. They all fight who is more paisa, just like in the southern part of the United States. Who is more southern? Who is more country? All right. The thing is that because Medellin grew so fast, it became a metropolitan society. It's kind of like the Nashville of Colombia, but they're very much an agrarian society. All right. And you guys do not seem to understand that they have agrarian values in their food and their culture and everything else. Plenty of things to do. You can go on coffee tours. You can go on dances. You can go Polito Paisa. You can go look at history. You look at museums. Okay. There's lots of things to do, but you don't want to do that because you guys only focus on your pee-pee boy behavior. All right. I was in Manizales. Manizales are Paisa people too. And you know what my friends in Manizales tell me? They're not real Paisas. They go, what do you mean? He goes, listen to the accent. They become so internationalized now that the Paisa accent is disappearing. All right? Because real Paisas are agrarian. They're farmers, the descendants of farmers. Okay? They're actually the descendants of people from northern Spain, but Basque people who mix with the indigenous people. All right? You can go town hopping. You can go listen. Colombia is known as the land of the thousand rhythms. I mentioned bambuco. I mentioned San Juanero. Okay, there's plenty of other types of music out there. I forgot. I think it's torbellino. If my memory serves me correct, it's getting kind of late. Okay, there's such a thing called the flower fair. There's always something going on. There's always something to do. But you only think about parquilleras. You want nightlife? There's nightlife. They got salsa clubs. But you guys only do is you fly thousands of miles. It's not my fault you guys are flying thousands of miles to harass women and children, okay? To delete the women and touch the kids. And then let's take that out of the picture. Let's say you're not doing that, okay? You're flying thousands of miles to go into a club to listen to American music. Why? Why? You're not blending in with the local culture. This is the reason why I have no problem when I go to Medellin. Okay? When they play Guasca, I listen to Guasca. I bet you don't even know what Guasca is. When I hear a trova, man, it's music to my ears. You have no idea what that is, right? You guys are going down there and trying to form your own conquest. You're trying to create a mini United States without the Latinos, and that's the issue. That's the issue. That's your problem. You guys are the problem because we're nothing but toys to you for your pleasure. You want the city without the Colombian people. That's the issue. You want the city without the Colombian issue. This is colonialism. Paso Bros are the new colonialists. You do not like our culture. You do not like our language. You don't like everything else. How would you do when you go to a different department, to a different region? Like I keep on telling people, I'm Bajuno. Do you know what Bajuno is? Pajaucano, Mirae, Chuspa. My tonation is different. My cadence is different. The way how I talk. ¿Qué más? ¿Un pambique? ¿Todo bien o qué? Vamos con la empanada de Doña Marlene. You ask somebody in Medellin what's un pambique, they have no idea what it is. It's a whole different dialect right there. You have absolutely no idea. Each region of Colombia is a different culture, it's a different language, it's a different type of people. And even amongst that, there's variations. If you go to the northern part of the valley, where you have people from Cartago, they're a mixture between Bajuno, they're mixing between Bajuno and Paisa. And I have been there, and they told me the people make fun of us because we're a mixture between Bajuno and Paisa. You could see it in our faces and also in our dialect. And when I listened to them speak, it was like halfway between Bajuno, halfway between Paisa. And the features are halfway between Bajuno and Paisa. How are you going to do when you go to the Pacific Coast? Either in Chocó or in Valle del Cauca, where you have that intonation, that deep-rooted African intonation. You know nothing. You know nothing. You go to Colombia because all you people do is satisfy your urges. I don't know about you, but it sounds like you're one of them. Oh, only digital nomads and passport bros come here. Quit lying. Quit lying. My cousins are fourth generation Chinese Colombian. Did you know that? Did you know that if you go to Barranquilla, it's full of people of Middle Eastern descent, Syrians and Lebanese and everything else? There's mosques there. We have Sephardic Jews in Bogota. We have Ashkenazi Jews in Bogota. Generations going back hundreds of years. Did you know that? Did you know that Boyacá is full of people from German descent? And you want to tell me that people, oh, no, nobody comes here for that. Get out of here. If you do not like Colombia so much, yeah, go. Leave. Because I guarantee you that if you leave, other people are still going to come. I have seen Arabs, I have seen Asians, I have seen Japanese, in different parts of the country. And don't give me that. I have seen Chinese people visiting for tourism in Ipiales, in Popayan. I can guarantee you that if I didn't mention Ipiales or Popayan, you wouldn't know where it would be at. Once again, this is Ray Condor signing off. And for those who keep on hating on me, Passport Guhe.